everyone, my name is Jordan and today I am doing my May TBR. It may be a little bit ambitious, but I don't know, I'm like already in the middle of 3 different books. I've already read a book this month, like literally the first day of the month. It was a thriller, so it took me no time at all to fly through it. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be a really good reading month for me. I'm really excited about a lot of books, and I don't know that I'll get through all of them, but I'm hoping to get through most of them. And I like to leave a little cushion just because I am a mood reader. So to just say, no, I'm not going to read this book this month is just, I mean, I'm going to pick up what I want to pick up. So this is on the top of the list of what I want to read right now. So that's that. So the first one I want to talk about is a book I'm currently reading, and that is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the sequel to The Poppy War. I loved The Poppy War. I read it earlier this year, I think January. I read the first book, absolutely loved it. I am loving this one. It is an adult series. Some people say that it feels kind of YA-ish, and in a sense it does. Our main character is very young, especially the first half of the first book is kind of like this school setting. She's going to this military school, learning to fight, learning strategy, learning all this stuff, and she also ends up learning shamanism, which is sort of the magic in this world, which isn't very common in the time that this book takes place. It's actually kind of like a lost art almost. Basically, they get their powers from the gods. They're kind of like borrowing the gods' powers. Some of them can only access the gods through drugs, being high. And then like the second half of the first book, they get thrown into a war, and it gets the book just takes like a complete 360 or 180, whatever. And it's just totally dark and just war and brutal, and people are dying left and right, and it gets crazy, and I loved every second of it. And so I'm really excited to be reading the sequel. So that is this book. Then I also just recently purchased We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, I believe is the author's name. I just bought the ebook. It was like on sale for like $1.99, and I did just start reading it today. Actually, I was really bored at work, so I just started like low-key reading on my phone. Don't tell my boss, but yeah, so that happened. Just randomly decided to start reading it. I believe it's a very short book, so I think, you know, on my breaks and stuff at work, I will fly right through it. I'm not 100% sure what it's really about. It's a super popular book on booktube. It has been for like a couple years now, so I think it might be some sort of like YA mystery thriller. I don't really know. I've only read the first few chapters. Then the other book I am currently reading is The Stand by Stephen King. Now, I'm actually reading the ebook of this as well, and this is a reread. I've read this like probably over 10 years ago. I absolutely love this book, and so this isn't one that I feel like I need to finish this month. It's one that I'm just kind of taking my time with. It is a big book, and I actually didn't realize until I started reading it again that the ebook edition is like an uncut or unedited version or something like that, so it's even bigger. I think this book is like 1,100 pages, so I have no idea how long the edition I'm reading is. So it's a very big book. So like I said, I just really plan to take my time with this and read it whenever I feel like it and just enjoy it when I do pick it up. Like I said, if I don't get to finishing it this month, that's fine. I'm not in a hurry. Like I said, I've read this before. It's a favorite of mine, so I'm just savoring it. And then there is TheIlluminae Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is another very popular series that I have yet to get to. I've been like very slowly listening to the audiobook, and me and audiobooks are just really like weird. I don't always commit to them, and I really am enjoying this story, and I think for an audiobook, the audiobook is fantastic. It's like different characters have different voice actors, and it's very immersive, and it's really cool. But I think what I really need to do with this book is just sit down and read the physical copy, because I think I'd fly right through it. I am like 40% through the audiobook, but I feel like I'm missing things because there's just so much going on in this that I think the audiobook, I just can't keep track of it all. So I think I need to just sit down and read this physically. I just think I would retain more information, understand more what's going on. So maybe will pick the rest of this up this month, hopefully. Like I said, it's TheIlluminae, you know, it's like all through like emails and video chats and documents and stuff, so it's not as big as it seems. And it's a sci-fi. I'm not really gonna go into it because I feel like everyone knows what this book is about, so there's this one. Then we have Academs Fury by Jim Butcher. This is the second book in the Codex Alera series. This is an adult fantasy series. This is also a series that I'm rereading. I just reread the first book last month and I'm just loving it. It's a 6-book series and I've only read the first 3 books. So I'm starting the series over. I'm hoping, this is a series I'd like to read the entire series before the end of the year. So I want to reread the first 3 books and then push on to the last 3 books, which I have not read. The magic in it is sort of like elemental magic, but they like harness these elemental furies, which are kind of like these creatures. It's kind of like a little companion type creature, elemental creature thing. I don't really know how to explain it, but so that's really cool. And then we actually follow a young boy, Tavi, who does not, he is unable to wield furies, or fury crafting is what it's called. So he's not a fury crafter, which is very uncommon. Like, no one knows of anyone who can't do this. So it's very strange. He gets bullied because of it. But then we also follow other casts of characters, older characters. Basically, the first book, we just kind of find out that someone is trying to overthrow the kingdom. They want to be in charge themselves, and there's this whole conspiracy, and our main characters are all trying to prove that these people are doing this. I don't know, kind of a standard fantasy thing. Someone wants the throne for themselves, and all of our main characters are trying to stop it. But really love this series, really excited to get back into it, and I really want to get to the second book this month. Then we have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This is super hyped book right now, and I've heard nothing but amazing things. It started off as an indie book, which is the version that I have, and then now I think Tor picked it up. So amazing things have been going on about this book. I think the second one is supposed to come out sometime this year. I don't know when. I believe this is some sort of like magic school / they have to compete for their lives to become a part of this Society of Magical Academics or something. I don't know exactly, but I've heard it's something along those lines, and I'm very excited to get to this. I'm hoping to get to this, if not this month, then next month. And then we have Dark Roads by Chevy Stevens. If you watched my last book haul that I just had, like last week, I hauled this book. I talked about this and a bunch of other thrillers and books that I hauled, mostly thrillers. So this is the next thriller I want to read. This is one that inspired my entire book outlet purchase from that book haul. It takes place along the Cold Creek Highway, which stretches 500 miles through rugged wilderness, and a bunch of women have gone missing along this highway for decades, I think. And we follow 2 characters, I think. One of them lives near this highway or something, and she is unhappy with her life for various reasons, and she ends up deciding to just go off into the wilderness and never return. And people think that she's just another victim of whoever is stealing women off the highway. I think it fast forwards like a year, and we're following a different character who moves to some town near this highway because her sister was murdered there, and she's going there for closure. And I don't know, somehow these 2 characters' stories intertwine. It just sounded dark. I think I mentioned this in my book haul, that it actually seems perfect for winter, because it just sounds... Cold Creek Highway just makes it sound like it's like chilly and cold out, wintry. I don't know, but maybe it's not. For all I know, this takes place in the summer. But I want to read it regardless, so I'm hoping to get to this soon. And then we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan, another just super hyped book right now. Everyone's talking about it. It's on all the social media. And I really want to read it. I don't know much about it other than I think it has something to do, it's based off some sort of mythology, the moon goddess. I don't know exactly. It might be, is it Asian inspired of some sort? I hope, oh yeah. Inspired by the legend of Chang, The Chinese Moon Goddess, in which a young woman's quest to free her mother sets her on a dangerous path and pits her against the most powerful immortal in the realm. So once again, just another really hyped book that I really want to get to, and I'm hoping I will love as much as everyone else is loving right now. Hey guys, I also forgot to mention one more book, and that is, I'd like to get to Holly Black's new book, Book a Night. It's her first adult book, I believe. I've always been sorta on the fence about Holly Black's, like, YA books. Like, they're decent, but I never, like, fall in love with them, and I'm never really, like, that excited to pick up a Holly Black book. I don't know, they're just, they're just okay books, in my opinion. I've only read a couple, but they don't blow me away. But maybe with this being an adult book, it'll just go further, or deeper, or darker, or something. I don't really know what it's about. I just know that it's an adult, and I believe it's fantasy, I think, I hope. She mostly writes fantasy, so I would assume that this is too. So yeah, we'll see. That one's coming in the mail. It's, I got it from Book of the Month Club, so I'm hoping to pick that up maybe after my next read, because I kind of want to be on top of some of the new releases so I can do book reviews and stuff. I really want to do more book reviews. Like, I want that to be, like, a big part of this channel. It's just individual book reviews, so. And I would like to try to stay on top of some new releases to get them out, like, as soon as possible. But we'll see. That's just... It's a plan. It's part of the plan. We'll see if I follow through with it. That is it for my TBR. Whether I'm actually going to get to all these books, I don't know. But these are the ones that are on the top of my list. And I'm thinking that I am going to pick up these and not anything else. But you never know. The mood strikes you when it strikes you, and you pick up what you want to read. And that's what you got to do. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys plan on reading this month. And what do you think I should read first? I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!